une carte de la gamme de Épuré et maman Clarisse, nous avons été mangés, ça s'est bien passé. En tout cas, mention spéciale pour la communauté congolaise de Stockholm. On a été très bien reçus, c'est l'occasion de le dire. Et là, nous allons à l'événement tant attendu. Dans 2 heures de temps, on aura le grand MUZIK qui va faire sa prestation.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir. Je suis ravie de vous retrouver ce soir sur Diana TV. Nous avons un événement très important à vivre en direct de Stockholm. Nous nous retrouvons ce soir dans une salle, le Congolais, pour présenter le nouvel album d'un artiste à connaître, à découvrir, à apprécier, qui va nous faire vivre sa musique, même s'il est francophone, généralement en anglais. Et l'événement sera diffusé en direct des États-Unis. Donc, il y aura bien sûr l'interprétation qui vous sera réservée en français. Il y aura des moments, bien entendu également, où lui-même va chanter, lui-même va se présenter, lui-même va expliquer son parcours musical, son nouvel album, son nouvel opus et comment aussi se le procurer. Alors, Diana TV ce soir va diffuser tout l'événement dans son intégralité que nous allons vous faire vivre et je pense que vous allez apprécier ce moment. Il y a une effervescence qui monte parce que bientôt ça va commencer et vraiment nous sommes heureux de faire partie de cette équipe télévisée pour faire vivre cet instant. Alors, nous sommes, si vous voyez autour, il y a un peu de bruit, il y a de l'agitation, il y a, tout le monde se prépare. Derrière moi, il y a le pianiste qui va arriver. L'artiste lui-même est déjà quasiment prêt. Il a juste un peu son micro et déjà nous a fait une belle démonstration un peu avec le son de sa guitare. Et donc tout se prépare et dès que le flux commence, mais nous allons nous faire vivre cet instant et je pense que vous allez apprécier ce moment culturel. C'est pour ça que Diana TV, qui est la chaîne au cœur de la diaspora, est créée, pas seulement pour la politique, pas seulement pour tout ce qui est société, mais aussi pour des événements culturels, pour faire découvrir des artistes, pour montrer qu'effectivement l'Afrique est partout, même ici dans le froid de Stockholm. Nous avons une bonne communauté africaine, nous avons des artistes qui font des choses très valorisantes pour faire découvrir notre culture partout dans le monde. Et j'en suis tellement ravie d'être celle qui va vous montrer cet événement avec l'équipe de Diana TV ce soir. Okay, so after in French, it's very important also to speak a little bit in English because this event will be also from United States. And we are there tonight in Stockholm, Sweden just to introduce you a new artist. It's not really a new artist because it's very famous here, but to discover in our channel this artist, his name is Marius BILLGOBENSON, and he's doing a very great job in music. His music is based more on Anglo-Saxon English influence from United States, from London. It's about jazz, a little bit of jazz and R&B. So tonight we are very glad. The Ziana TV team is very glad to offer you this new event in live, and I'm truly believe that we're going to appreciate it. It will be in English, and I will try to interpret it in French for you. And then I hope you're going to have a neat and a great evening with this event. Thank you very much.
Using this bamboo flute that even Herbie Hancock has used for a song called Headhunter. And this flute is something that I'm carrying with myself for years, actually. I guess I will die with this flute. So let's listen to the message from the people from the camp. The second song, I will be going through as I said that I was celebrating the greatness. There's one song, one gospel song that has been something that regenerated my proud weather in the night time. And that song is amazing. I like it and I cannot leave it alone all the time. And I will go through a song which has origin from Sweden, a man called Carl Buber, which has traveled to the US, and the song has became widely known with a translation in English and widely shared. The song is called How Great Thou Art. Hello. Hi, ciao. God is good. So, I'm so sorry again because my pianist is trying to do the same role as a technical engineer here. And sorry for that. Consider all the world ahead of me. I see the stars River rolling thunder, the power throughout the universe displayed. Outside my flow, I say we go to be. How great are you? How great are you? This is my soul, I say we got to be. How great are you? How great are you? I would share another blues song as I made just in Cape Town on the Golden Park. I was starting to write down this song that I call today "The Sum of My Pardon," and it's a kind of blues that I just mixed with some folk music by the end of the song. I will try with my pianist here. He didn't play this song before, but we'll try. Remember that it has been not easy to gather all my musicians around because of the pandemic, and this was not time maybe for a real show, but I promise you the real show will be to come. But now we try "The Sum of My Pardon."
Try to love every day.
Thank you.
Quick anecdote, and I will refer you to an article I wrote about this story that goes into more detail. I just posted that in the chat just now. One of my favorite snapshots from that time was having the chance to play on the streets in Cape Town, South Africa, with Marius, and I had my saxophone and soprano saxophone, and we would just go jam for change on the street corners in downtown Cape Town. Marius had no money. He had one pair of clothes and a backpack, and in that backpack he had a bunch of undeveloped film that he had salvaged after being attacked in the Congo forest on the way back from the city. He and his uncle, and videotape. And the reason he had that was because he was on a mission to find the roots of the blues. And having grown up in Gona, in the interior, he was interacting with the local groups of Obongo, pygmées, forest people. And there's this unique hybrid cultural influence that I haven't heard anywhere else. Comes out even in this version of his music. But back in Cape Town, just having that raw, incredible passion come through in the way that he played was really inspiring. So we would just go out and put a hat out and try to raise some money, and we set Billy up with a called Billy back then, Steve came, and set him up with an apartment near to where my fiance and I were living, and we were able to play music and collaborate. As a result of that friendship that developed, we launched a nonprofit together called Afrique Profonde, which means Deep Africa. And Marius had this incredible vision to help people. And he had made a promise to one of the elders of this group, a fellow named who passed away several years ago. But Marius' life mission is something else. He's been carrying this torch to essentially bring social justice and awareness and dignity to a group of people that have been in a situation of indentured servitude for many years. So I think it's important to know that's at the heart of this man's journey, and I've known him for 20 years, and he's never given up. That's where it all started. So we launched a nonprofit for internet cafes in 2001, Cape Town, dial-up back then. Zoom was way in the future, video chats, and all that. Just no. They did a pilot project that brought a writer from the former East Germany to the Congo. He wrote a book about his experience traveling around with Marius. And that project enabled us to apply for a grant from UNESCO that got Marius to Scandinavia, where he was able to get some help and get refugee status in Stockholm. So that little snapshots of the story that lasted 20 years, but it's always been an inspiration to me to see what human beings are capable of, and Marius is just the best of us.
Great. So thank you so much, Justin, for sharing that with everyone. Another big part of this release was Marius collaborating with Smooth Jazz Global. So Sandy Shore, if you would like to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, smoothjazz.com received an MP3 file from Marius, who reached out and wanted us to have a listen to his music, and I do my best to listen to everything that comes across my desk. It takes a little while, but I try to get to everything, and I was really taken by the soulfulness of of Marius's voice and a real sense of authenticity and sincereness, and he just struck me as a true artist. And I was very moved by his music. And sometimes music is, in my opinion, sometimes music is technically flawless and wonderful to, you know, people who like music. But what Marius had was deeper than that. It was just a real tapped-in soulfulness that, you know, a profound feeling when you listen to his music.
This meeting is being recorded.
And I thought there was one person in particular that I wanted to reach out to connect to his music, and that was Paul Brown. And because Paul has always taken on songs and artists that may or may not fit into our smooth jazz, you know, bubble. He seems to see things the way I do, that, you know, sometimes we can go to the outside of the box of it and pull it inside, and the listeners love it. The listeners are open. They're very open, especially on a global level, like we can reach with smoothjazz.com. And Paul took the first single and did some editing to it and made a few little revisions that would make it maybe a little bit more radio friendly in our world. And that started that relationship, which I'm sure Paul will talk about. But yeah, when I get excited about discovering artists, especially vocalists, I'm passionate about vocals, and I think of someone in my wheelhouse and in my world, like Paul, you know, I'll reach out and we get very collaborative and we explore, and that's the fun of it for me as a DJ. Since I was 15 years old, you know, I just loved music. I loved it. I didn't want to just play it on the radio. I wish I could be more of a part of it, and I wish I spoke the language musically, even more than I do. I can read music, but I have never really had the time to dig deep into it. So as a radio, you know, personality and somebody who loves music, I can only go so far, and I reach out to my friends who can get deeper, like Paul and other producers. So it was a real honor to be able to connect Paul and Chris Davis to Marius, and that's where I get excited in this business, is finding talent and people like Marius BILLGOBENSON, who has an open heart and an open spirit, and really fun and new ideas. You know, we can all be inspired by new ideas. I mean, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing something. When you meet new people and new ideas come to the table, I'm sure Paul will tell you, it's what lights us up. It's exciting. It's something new. So Marius's spirit is so big and just crossed the divide and found me, and I was delighted to meet him. He is also, on a personal note, a very encouraging and kind soul, and just out of nowhere, I'll get little texts telling me to have a wonderful day, and you know, and things, you know, that will hit me. At times, I feel so lucky to know him, you know, to feel that spirit connecting with me from across the world. It goes beyond business, it goes beyond music. So it's been a real pleasure for me to know Marius and to be part of this journey with him, and to be, you know, just a little part of it. It's been a real sort of blessing for me, and we're enjoying working with him so much on smoothjazz.com. He provides us lots of content, and we've been able to get his music to so many people who can play it on the radio, listen to it. We're helping with the Spotify listeners and all of that. So it's a real pleasure to be on Team BILLGOBENSON. I've loved every minute of it. I look forward to having it last as long as possible.
Thank you, Sandy. And me and Ariel can agree with you on that. We are so grateful to have such a wonderful client like Marius. So the first song that we're going to listen to is Tears on the Ground. I'm just going to read a little description, and then if everyone can just mute so that when I play the song, nothing gets in the way of that, that'd be great. This song celebrates the social advocates who have shaped, cared, and embraced our pleasant lives. It aims to invite your moment of taking a look around and appreciate the benefactors in our life, both seen and unseen, who have made us great kings like we are today. Featuring multi-instrumentalist Ruben Farias, I hope I didn't butcher that, Rickard Radmark, produced the original song, and Alejandro Thomas and the winner genre hitmaker Paul Brown produced the remixed version.
The wisest people here throughout my life. 1,000 words won't bring them back to me again. Through the struggles in their life, we've laughed and cried. Together with my tears on the ground, Lord, remember me. Everything within my life was going wrong. Talking with them made this life much better again. I didn't know the meaning they shared in my life, until the day they gone all my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. Sometimes you can't explain the view of the people you love. It's just the way they take you to a place and no one can. By the time they taught you ways of life that made you a king, you shared our life with others, Lord, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. Losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground. I'm gonna sing your love again and again for the rest of my life. The fear of losing touch with all I love, my tears on the ground, my tears on the ground, my tears on the ground.
Awesome. And to follow that up, we're going to have Jonathan Madrid talk a little bit about the spirit love.
Okay, can you hear me now? Can everyone hear? Okay, so, okay, very good. That was great. It was beautiful to hear that again. It's been a little while. So just a little background. It was because of Sandy that I connected with Marius. I do write for them, and they needed a bio for the site, and and I do a lot of stuff like that. And sometimes I don't connect. So both the artists, I just kind of do it as a job, and then the thing is done. With Marius, there kind of was like a deeper thing from the get-go, and like Sandy said, he's very kind and open, and like you feel you're part of his family. When you talk to him for 20 minutes, he just draws you in. And the music, what I think is so powerful about it, like she was saying, a lot of artists just kind of play, good music, and it's, you kind of get to know what they can do and their artistry and the way they write melodies and the way they do it, but they don't draw you into their whole life experience. You might know their influences based on what you hear. With him, it's like, it's storytelling, not just because of vocals, but just because this guy, draws you into this experience of growing up a certain way and, creating this through music. And so it's a universal thing, but it's also so personal to him. So, and what he did, then he had me write further things beyond the bio. He had me write liner notes, so that was like a real honor to do that. But I think because he's lived this pretty incredible life, I think that I think what I should do is just read what I wrote, the first paragraph of that, just to let you know what I felt about it. I think that's maybe the best way to right in front of me. The Spirit Love, the hopeful title of Marius BILLGOBENSON's adventurously grooving, lyrically heartfelt, provocative, globally conscious urban jazz meets world music album, a lot of adjectives, I'm good with that, embodies his life's work and mission as a concerned, compassionate musical citizen of the world with a long-standing commitment to bridge long-standing cultural divides. But he's not only, but he kind of uses songs to draw you into the experience of the pygmée, the little guy, the people that he grew up around. He's very connected to his culture. He's lived in Europe for a long time, and there's such a passion for that kind of stuff. So you asked him about that. We talked about it, and to me, the music is just autobiographical. It's music we can all connect with as a globally conscious thing, and which is what the world needs always, that kind of thing of music. But and for it to be on smoothjazz.com is important because there's so many artists that are new and also well known, where we kind of know what smooth jazz has a certain sound and a vibe, and he just adds an extra little groove texture to it that's kind of unique and kind of, it's not just like the same kind of thing we can hear from other artists. And yet, having Paul and Big Dog, he kind of bridges that gap into that, like Sandy said. So I think that's kind of what it is. But the thing is, it's vulnerable and it just shares his heart, and it just comes through in the music. And a lot of people just create music that's excellent, in the genre, but don't share their autobiography. And of course, his is so interesting and exotic. So I'm drawn to it. It was a real pleasure writing and doing it. And like Sandy said, he texts you kind words all the time, like just checking in and saying it. But he's just like this. He just oozes this. Feels like a blessing every time you do. Like he's anointing you with something, some special musical magic and personal magic. So that was my experience working with him.
Thank you for sharing, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go into more about the global production process. So Karen Golston-Thompson is going to share a little bit about the story behind the song Joy.
Hi. So excited to be here. It's such an honor. I'm Karen. Like you said, I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. And I wrote this song after I had our first child, my daughter, who's now a freshman in college. I was inspired to write it. Well, the funny thing, I have to say this, although I'm a trained musician, I never, ever in my life thought that I would write a song. That never occurred to me, not even for a second. But all of a sudden I felt inspired just one day after putting her down to sleep. I felt inspired to write a song and wrote a song entitled Joy. Didn't know what I was doing, but I knew what I was feeling. And I was feeling very thankful to God. I was feeling thankful for life, for our family, for our daughter that we just had. And I was feeling grateful, that I had an opportunity to write a song. So I did. And it's so weird how all of this got to Marius. I've never been to Norway, didn't even really know where it was. But it's amazing how everything came to play and how this all happened. But to make a long story short, I will say this. Paul Brown is amazing. My husband introduced me to him. He was a lifelong fan of him. And he said, Paul's coming to Columbia, we're going. And we went, we had an opportunity to see him. We saw him in Atlanta. And we listened to him all the time. So we ended up building a relationship because my husband, if you meet him, you'll know he's a stranger to nobody, okay? And once he meets you, you're like lifelong friends. And so we met him at a concert one time. And one day he's coming downstairs, my husband. We met him at a concert and we just took to each other. And Rose stayed in contact with him. And one day he said, hey, Paul, I want you to listen to this song my wife wrote. And that was it. Paul liked it. I was so surprised. Like, really, you like it? And I was in the process of doing some recording vocally myself in Nashville. And then in 2014, I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And so they had to do a thyroidectomy and nick my vocal cord. So that kind of put the plans about doing the recording myself. So I'm so excited. So then comes, one day Paul hits me up, and he actually hit a throat. This is my husband, Ro, guys, too. So he hits up Ro, he says, hey, there's this artist, that's gonna record Joy or is interested in it or whatever. And that's how we got in contact with Marius. And I was super excited. I was like, wow, this man from clear across the world likes this song. I can't believe it. So we're so honored. I echo everything that everybody said about Marius. He's just something very special, just a very special soul. He has a good heart. And the song, I wrote it because I want to share love. I want to bring healing and hope to the world. And so when I heard that Marius is out, that's what Marius wants to do. I was like, this is heaven sent right here. And so that's how Joy came about. I'm excited. I hope we can do some more stuff together. Paul, Marius in the future. And thank you guys for this opportunity. God bless you, Marius.
Thank you for sharing. That was a beautiful, beautiful story. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
And now, Mr. Paul Brown, if you would like to talk a little bit about the production of Joy.
Yeah, well, aside from Joy, I kind of agree with everybody about his personality is one thing that just struck me from the beginning, because I hear a lot of music and I hear, a tremendous amount of songs being presented and artists being presented. And the one thing I try to do as a producer is find that distinct sound in whether it's the saxophonist or guitarist or vocalist. And it's hard with vocalists sometimes because they sound like they sound like Luther, or they sound like Rod Stewart, or they sound like somebody. And very rarely does a singer come along that sounds like themselves. And Marius' very unique sound. When I heard the Tears on the Ground, I was like, whoa. It took me back just like Richie Havens or Paul Simon. But then he has all these jazzy qualities in his music as well. Really interesting chord changes and stuff that that I like. And he manages to put it all into a nice package. And it's very unique. And it was fun working on it, although it was very difficult recording vocals while he was in Sweden on Zoom, and it was this, the way they had it set up was really peculiar, but we got through it okay. But I'm hoping to have him come to LA and so we can work together in the studio. I think that would be amazing. But we got some good stuff happening there, and I've only met a few people in my life where you feel this warmth and magic coming at you. It sort of washes over you when you talk to them. It's pretty amazing, and it's a beautiful thing. And not many people are blessed with that, and that's a real talent unto itself. And so he's a very blessed man, and we're all blessed for knowing him. So I'm thrilled. I want to do more and more, and I want to do it with the same room if possible.
In the broad light of my Lord, I know your love truly remains my victory.
Produced by Chris Victor Davis, and why Kevin Morrow, I'm so sorry because he's not around today, because Kevin is a required director for this background choir singing here. I wanted him to share what spirit, which spirit was tracking these vocals. But unfortunately, he was not available today, and Victor is as well traveling. He was not able to be here today as a producer of his song. And and then I got a very amazing saxophonist that I really would like to keep working with. It's a Will Prince. It's a very nice fellow, very good, powerful saxophonist actually. And I would like to send my gratitude to him as well. And I think that's it for that song. Thank you.
Basically saved his life, and that whole experience, like, I don't know, there's just so much to that, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us. And even though it was just like a sliver of what you've been through, it's changed my life and given me a new perspective. And I think the biggest thing that I've taken away from the entire experience is everything you've been through, all those challenges, and to come out the other side and be as loving and caring and positive and just want to put good into the world is one of the most inspiring things I've ever seen. So I thank you for that, and I hope that I can spread as much love as you in the years ahead. And with that, I'll pass it over to JP, who also has some thoughts, and thanks for your Marius.
Thanks, Seth. Marius has the opportunity through his music to reach people around the world, and they're lucky enough to hear him and to understand him through his music. But we were lucky enough to have the opportunity to really dive deeper and dive into Marius the human more than just hear his story through his music. And we've been podcasting for about a year now. We are just coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and before that I worked for over a decade in radio. And as a result, I've been conditioned to speak to fill space at all times. Any dead air is bad space. With Marius, we were left speechless so many times, but that space never felt uncomfortable. It never felt awkward. It was always just filled with this loving spirit. You felt like you were being embraced by Marius, even in the moments of silence. So it's not just through his music, it's not just through his story, even just his presence or his thoughtfulness sneaking into your mind, which happens on a near daily basis ever since our podcast and our conversations with him. Marius is just an incredible person, and his music is an extension of that. And I really just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Marius for joining us and sharing your story, or as Seth said, a small sliver of your story. It was incredible. We'll need to have you back to continue to share slivers until we get the whole thing. But it was great to meet you, great to have the conversation, and have really been looking forward to this album, getting little sneak peeks of it here and there, and hearing it. It's just incredible work. So congratulations on the album, and I'm so excited for you to be able to share it with people.
Thank you so much, Ben. And now I'm going to read a little bit about Alongside My Way, and then we're going to stream the song. So just a reminder to hit the mute button. Marius BILLGOBENSON finds peace and love within nature and God's creation in Alongside My Way. Uplifting saxophone melodies weave between Marius's soulful vocals amongst playful horn stabs, jazzy guitar lines, lively drums, and choir-like BVs. Produced by Grammy nominee Chris Big Dog Davis, the track infuses soul, gospel, and jazz elements into a sound resonating with Gregory Porter and Al Jarreau, featuring genius saxophonist Marcia Miguet, phenomenal guitarist Jonathan Dubose, and rescue backing vocals by wonderful Don Tomlin.
Alongside my way, may I dare to wander. What I couldn't see around myself was so-called real love. I always see flowers surrounded by green around me, but I didn't know the sweet birds were singing a real song of love to me. To shine alone until I saw your moon approaching me. Something must have happened that I didn't know how to deal with. Love is all about what we give to gain more souls around us. No soldiers alone without being run by the rainbow. Yours and mine. Every time we met, I love you more than ever before. My one side was gray till I made your soul to shine. Stay forever. No more love. No, 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 no. When it's time for souls to meet, nothing on earth can prevent them. As you walk on your long journey, you never know when you meet love. Like the dance from the same star, you and I go for the same moon. Shine your light along your way. Love is all about what we give.
You may know, in addition to being a skilled musician, Marius is also an accomplished ethnomusicologist. Years ago, he even gathered a group of forest people, also known as pygmies, who are musicians. They formed a band and toured the larger cities of the Republic of the Congo with Marius. And when we started working together, Marius shared many of these recordings with me. He also sent me the essay that Justin Perkins shared a little bit earlier. If you haven't had a chance to read it, it covered 20 years of remarkable collaboration between two strangers far from home who met in South Africa and ultimately became close friends. With the help of Seth Anderson, who spoke a little earlier, we recorded a 2-hour conversation on this essay, or based on this essay. Seth and I listened to Justin and Marius as they recounted the separate journeys that led to their shared vision to build global awareness of the forest people's endangered cultural heritage. After recording, I cut that conversation to a 30-minute piece that covered how they met. Marius' story from the Congo to South Africa and Sweden, the work Marius has done with the forest people, and his lifelong insight that contextualizes the worldviews of the Babongo and Aka pygmies. While the story is told through the lives of two men who care deeply about marginalized communities, we always wanted to center the forest people themselves. So, as we cut the story shorter and shorter from 30 minutes to 6, and finally a 1-minute video, we focus more and more on the core of this project, which is making a case for the self-determination of forest people and showcasing the deep ties between their cultural livelihood and the Congo River Basin. And it's been such an honor working with Marius on this project. He's so caring and understanding, and as many of you have mentioned before me, he really pushes to connect with you, not only as a collaborator, but as a friend. And the full 30-minute conversation between Justin and Marius will be available soon. but we can share that 1-minute preview with you now.
Let me just share my screen. Can everyone see the video? Great.
People used to say that this is not European world music, this is a salvage music tradition. But actually, I'm writing my music with this background in my mind. For the pygmy people, forest people, the environment is viewed like their parent. So improvisation is a key word in their life here. Because they feel that each day they don't have fridge to stock food. This is what I wanted to highlight here. That there is no salvage music. The only thing that missed for the pygmy people actually is the way to link their voice to the outside world. Culture very rich and able to convince people around the world if they have the occasion to be promoted.
Thank you so much, Kelsey, for that. And now, if Mike Combo and Estelle Ndinga would like to speak a little bit about the global production. Is Mike here?
We will need to have Grace, Joy Grace.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Do you want to talk a little bit about the global production?
Yes.
I'm speaking French.
Marius, do you want to translate?
I can translate for that. Joy Grace, just go through what you want to say and I will try to translate if I can. Joy, tu m'entends?
Oui.
Bon, vas-y.
Je t'entends.
Vas-y, mon cher.
Ouais, c'est vrai qu'il y a un petit souci de réseau, mais ça va aller. Alors, bonsoir à tous, on m'appelle Mike Combo. Je suis acteur et puis scénariste.
My name is Mike and I'm a filmmaker from the Congo.
Et je suis de nationalité congolaise et alors premièrement, c'est un grand honneur d'être parmi vous ce soir. Via ce Zoom.
It's an honor to be among you tonight.
Mais aussi d'avoir été présent une fois de plus et à la fois bénéficiaire de ce chef-d'œuvre.
And thanks for being here and participating or attending to this event.
Que nous a été gratifié par l'artiste BILLGOBENSON.
Which has been actually provided by artist Marius BILLGOBENSON.
Notamment gratifié aussi pour le clip du clip film du titre Let Me Know.
And then we was working on the video, actually music video for the title called Let Me Know.
Un titre qui relate une très belle histoire d'amour que nous, la team Congo, avons écrit et réalisé.
And which I'll highlight here, and love stories, romantic or whatever.
Et je vais aussi signaler que je représente ce soir toute la team et puis les autres qui n'ont pas pu se présenter ce soir.
And I would like to say that I'm representing the team of the crew from here, but some of my colleagues was not able to attend this event tonight.
Alors, ça a été une très belle expérience pour nous.
which was a very nice experience to go through that.
Parce qu'à la base, on fait déjà du cinéma, mais après, on vient aussi découvrir une nouvelle musique qu'on connaissait forcément pas.
First of all, we are more based on cinematographic issues, but actually we come to across Marius BILLGOBENSON to see some other music where he wanted to highlight love stories in the song.
Donc ça a vraiment été un plaisir pour nous de découvrir le smooth jazz, que certains parmi d'entre nous sont restés complètement amoureux de cette musique.
And actually, we came across to love the smooth jazz, actually, where some other more people in the Congo came to discover the smooth jazz and became a lover of smooth jazz.
Et donc la réalisation du clip et le scénario nous a pris à peu près 3 mois. Et c'était vraiment quelque chose d'important et puis de bénéfique.
The shooting process has lasted approximately 3 months, which was a very beneficial work and experience.
Et donc, croyez-moi que nos playlists musicaux se sont enrichis de plus belles.
Which means that, trust me, that our ego has went a little bit much more than we thought before, previously.
Et le Congolais n'en peut être que fier de cette étoile qui brille et rend honneur à l'Afrique, plus particulièrement au Congo à l'échelle internationale.
And the Congo is not indifferent with this process would like to recognize the work that our stars trying to achieve actually, and on the behalf of the Congo and all the international world.
Et donc pour finir, au nom de toute l'équipe, nous félicitons l'artiste ainsi que toute l'équipe qui l'a accompagné autour de ce merveilleux chef-d'œuvre.
And on the behalf of all my crew, I would like to say thank you to all of you who came on the participation of this process in this concept that has become something for us all.
Et donc je sais que ce Zoom aussi est suivi par des Congolais ici. Et d'ailleurs j'incite tous les Congolais à aller consommer cet album qui est franchement sans rien ajouter en tout cas. Comme l'a dit quelqu'un ici que c'est vraiment un tableau pictural dans lequel chaque morceau crée son univers, son propre univers. Une fois de plus, merci à tout le monde et bonsoir.
As one of the speakers has highlighted that this work has been a pictorial board where each song expresses particular stories. And thanks again for all.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The love that we share, the story of ages, has never been granted in the world. People that we meet and enjoy in their love, all that price from the sweat of their sorrow. I do believe what you said to me, that you love me evermore. I do believe what you written to me, you're my lover forevermore. Oh, but I know, my darling, sometimes we argue to grow in love. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? But I know, my darling, sometimes we argue to grow in love. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? we learn sometimes. Cannot help facing trials, things that we learn to overcome in life. Remain very bright for hearts and true love. I do believe what you said to me, that you love me evermore. I do believe what you've written to me, my lover forevermore. Oh, but I know, my darling, sometimes we argue to grow in love. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? Oh, but I know, my darling, sometimes we argue to grow in love. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? Things that we overcome in life, my darling, for love and peace. Just the queen of our love is claiming our heart tonight. Things that we overcome in life, my darling, for love and peace. Just the queen of love is claiming our heart tonight. Oh, but I know, my darling. Sometimes we argue to grow in love. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? But I know, my darling. You let me know, my darling, how can we move on from here? And now again, this is our last song. The day has been long for me today, from yesterday to today. And I'm not going to give a long show today, but I will sing something which united us all in the world. Because that song is the song that Justin Perkins wanted to pinpoint here. We are the world. I know, I am aware of what happened to the songwriter of this song. I am aware of all. But what I love is the spirit of this song, the way that it's expressed and talking to me through me to other people. So I will share this last song with you tonight. You can celebrate like as you like, but we will be celebrating us because we are the world. I'm from a little village in the hinterland of Congo. But I have people everywhere, as you are, wherever you are. Do receive my love through this song. We are the world. Come together as one.
saving our life is to make it brighter, just you and me. Oh, say goodnight. When we have with someone good, please joy and free.
As good show us my journey is too great, and so we are the great love we we are children. We are the ones who make it better out there, so let's not give in.
The choice we make it, we save it our life. It's to make it brighter, just you and me. There's nowhere we can go,
But we just believe there's nowhere we can go. We are the children. We only want to make a better day, so let's not give in.
the choice we make it, we save it our life.
It's true to make a better day, just you and me. Yeah. We are the world. We are the children. And we are the ones who make a better day, so let's not give in. Oh, there's a choice to make it. We save our lives. It's true we'll make a better day, just you and me. Oh, we are the children. We are the ones who make a better day, so let's not give in.
The choice we make it, we save it our life. It's true to make it brighter. We are the ones that make it brighter, so let's not give in. Just the choice we make it, we save it our life. It's true to make it brighter, just you and me.
Thank you so much. I love you all.
Contemporary to Michael Jackson.
I love you all.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much for attending to my event. I am so grateful, and actually, me, myself, because you are my stars.
Oh, bravo!
Thank you.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
Mike.
Hopefully you love that.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm
Big
sorry.
clap.
I'm sorry again for my voice because it was a long day simply. But
You sounded beautiful.
thank you.
All right. Thank you everyone so much for coming. Marius, from the bottom of my heart, and Ariel's, thank you for including us. Thank you for being you. You are something so special. It's hard to put into words.
Thank you.
It's an amazing album, and congratulations to you, and congratulations to everybody else involved.
Thank you.
I hope everyone has a really great weekend.
I would like to share all my grateful, my joy to all the people around the world, wherever you are. and people here. There's many people around here who has been a gift us actually.
You deserve it.
I deserve that.
Yeah.
Zion Atia, they're from TV from France. They are here, and it's been my honor to have you here as well.
It was an honor for us as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marius.
And all the friends around. Love. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, je pense que tous les auditeurs de Ziana qui sont restés avec nous ont pu découvrir vraiment ce magnifique artiste, Marius BILLGOBENSON. Ceux qui le connaissaient, on a vu les commentaires, on dit que vraiment, ils trouvent que cet album, ils le suivaient depuis longtemps, mais c'est l'un des albums les plus touchants, qui donne vraiment des frissons, et on a vu un exemple palpable avec les chants qui ont été chantés, mais vraiment avec cette touche artistique au niveau des accords musicaux et tout ça, pour ceux qui connaissent vraiment, qui sont des puristes de la musique, mais ce mélange guitare, jazz, musique africaine également, hein, je pense que beaucoup ont pu se reconnaître. Il y a aussi
la polyphonie.
Exactement, parce qu'il a joué aussi l'air des... C'est ça.
Linguistique,
culturelle.
Sa sonorité.
Sa sonorité. Exactement. Avec, bien sûr, l'air des pygmées. Ça, je pense que beaucoup ont beaucoup apprécié. Vous savez qu'il se bat beaucoup pour le maintien des pygmées dans leur...
les peuples autochtones.
Dans les peuples autochtones, effectivement, exactement.
Voilà,
dans
vous suivrez dans tous les reportages de Ziana TV, longuement toute cette partie.
En tout cas, je voulais quand même dire quelque chose de très important, ma chère Babli,
bien sûr.
La marquise de Vinza. Je viens de découvrir ce soir une bête de scène. C'est le Nirangongo de la musique congolaise actuelle, avec des laves de sons gutturaux qui ne laissent pas indifférent l'oreille exercée, hein, on va dire. Que c'est un chef-d'œuvre. Je vous le recommande, chers amis téléspectateurs, d'acheter ce produit qui est de qualité, et je ne serais pas étonné que demain qu'il soit à Grammy Award, hein, c'est comme ça.
Justement, Grammy Award, parce que justement vous avez vu toutes ces personnes, c'est vrai que c'était en anglais pour ceux qui ne maîtrisent pas l'anglais, mais en somme c'était des personnes qui témoignaient de comment ils l'ont rencontré, comment ils ont découvert sa musique. Ce sont des Américains, ce sont des chaînes de radio américaines, ce sont des personnes qui travaillent dans les charts avec des grands auteurs de jazz. Donc cet artiste
les grands
africain,
noms
les
de
grands noms de la chanson étaient présents, donc qui ont reconnu ce talent et qui disent que cet album mérite vraiment cette place de numéro 1. Donc c'est une fierté déjà pour notre continent, c'est une fierté pour le Congo, c'est une fierté pour l'Afrique d'avoir vraiment
la Suède aussi.
La Suède.
Ouais.
On va pas oublier non plus
qui
nous a accueillis ici, d'avoir cet artiste qui fait vraiment un travail excellent et qui préserve vraiment nos valeurs et nos cultures africaines. Donc c'est vraiment quelque chose à découvrir pour ceux qui ne le connaissent pas, et pour ceux qui le connaissent déjà, vraiment précipitez-vous, allez acheter, allez sur
écoutez
dans la voiture, à écouter à la maison, à écouter quand il pleut,
les amoureux,
exactement, les stressés, exactement, ça va t'étendre.
C'est une musique qui détend.
Voilà, c'est
vraiment. Il nous a partagé tout son écosystème, hein. On écoute Bill, on voyage avec lui, hein.
Exactement.
On part des forêts, au fin fond du Congo, on se retrouve ici en Scandinavie. Je pense que vous avez passé un agréable moment avec nous ce soir. C'était une exclusivité Ziana TV, et on espère que ça va continuer, se reproduire.
Bien sûr.
L'expérience va se reproduire.
On espère l'avoir en concert à Paris.
Qui sait, parmi les téléspectateurs qui nous suivent ce soir, il y a des talents que nous allons découvrir d'ici là. Donc, qu'ils soient les bienvenus sur Ziana TV, la chaîne au cœur des diasporas.
Okay, so I would like to say that in English, for English speaker, that this artist, Marius BILLGOBENSON, released this new album, and this album is a really great music. So you have to discover it, go run and go and buy this album, and you would want to regret it. And it was a pleasure for us to translate this show live from Stockholm. And I hope you truly appreciate it. And of course, we're going to show you more about this artist, about why he decided to make music, what is his passion, why he's fight for many things in Africa, and why he's defined himself as citizen of the world. So it's really someone you need to know, and we are truly happy to be the channel to introduce you this very great artist. Okay, so I hope you will be there for the next time when we're going to show you more things, more interview about this man. Keep in your mind one name, Marius BILLGOBENSON, and it is one of the great of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pour terminer, nous sommes sur Ziana TV, au cœur de diaspora, comme je viens de le dire, mais nous avons quand même une signature, la mienne, que j'imprime. On l'arrête, on dira Tata Billy Bakala Diakobi. Voilà.
En Côte d'Ivoire, on dirait vraiment, il le vaut bien.
Il le vaut bien.
Et vraiment, venez acheter son album. C'est forcé. Venez.
Et moi, je dirais comme la nouvelle génération, ça déchire.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. À bientôt.
Merci de nous avoir accompagnés.
Être au cœur des diasporas.
C'est pour cela que nous avons créé Ziana TV.
Nous avons choisi Stockholm en Suède.
Pour démarrer la saison 2021-2022.
Une saison que nous voulons riche.
Oui, très riche en actualité.
Je dirais encore mieux, très riche en exclusivité.
Mieux là, c'est rien. Très très riche en divertissement.
Des programmes originaux.
De nouveaux visages.
Avec des programmes qui ont fait leur preuve.
Et surtout, une ambition renouvelée.
Ziana TV, la chaîne au cœur des diasporas.
Ziana TV et Vanessa Masolo, Ambenintima wala diaspora.
Don't miss Ziana TV. It is the channel who will touch the diaspora.
Ziana TV, il s'introuve par la diaspora.